Peace and love, Royal Family. I want to talk to y'all for a minute about images. I had a great encounter with images with the ancestors, and it's very important for us to understand this lesson I'm going to share with you because it taught me a lot. And it went like something like this, pretty much that when I first was getting visited by the ancestors, I finally found out, I was connected with the reptilian. And what I did, I looked in the mirror and my eye shape-shifted into that position you see my eye in. But with it, you also get a projection in the mirror of all your past lives, all the different races you was. You wasn't just one time black. You was one time Polynesian, one time Indian, one time Viking, one time Nordic, one time white, one time Nubian, one time Egyptian, one time Chaldean. You was all of these while you're acquiring all this information for your soul. It's a completion of a whole reincarnational cycle that you have to go through to complete yourself. It's a different journey, but in it now, the way it happens is the mirror, it starts to flash your face like if you was in a heat flash or having some type of sense that you're seeing your image is really flashing from like silver back to your regular self. Usually people get like that when they're about to pass out or something. Well, that's the silver of Osiris, that's you in the magnetic field. You can learn how to induce it in a way that you can hold it and it will stay silver. And when you do that, that's when you see your ancestral faces or the one that is guiding you and overshadowing you through your intuitional self. And what they do now, they use that to teach you the proper way how to meditate. The way we meditate is not the proper way, and it's a different journey than what we think it is. A lot of people trying to learn the process from seeing the original ones who did it. They pick up pseudo ways of telling people how to meditate, writing them in books and teaching it in schools and really think they're connecting. But if you're not seeing the ancestors, you're not connecting with them, and you're not actually going through a transformation of yourself, it's not full meditation, because that's what they're there to do, to show you your inner wrongs, your inner demons you hide in yourself, and help you to extract them from you so that you could ascend. That's when you could acquire your soul. The body become a quasi-body now. The animal become pure, resonating at a higher frequency, because its real purpose was to be the quasi-you, the higher soul. And then that connects to the real soul of you, and the soul is going to connect to the spirit. So what wound up happening now is that these images, when you start off to meditate the right way, you're going to first go through the color spectrum. It's like your body is a prism that break white light into its four dimensions, all this, 7 or 8 colors, whatever it is. And once you get into your color spectrums or whatever now, in each color, there's people who reside there, worlds in there. You got different parts of you that is in parallel universes from there that share lives with other people, So now, and as you go into these worlds, you get to the infrared spectrum. You come to like the Akashic records. This is where everything is stored at, all memories, and also what's called the magnetic field. And in that magnetic field now is spirits, entities, things that don't look as good as you, and it might be uncomfortable to your eyes. So you will get half body, upper body, or just maybe to waist, or it's mostly head, sometimes just an eye or something. And these look like horned beings. You got reptiles looking one, alien ones. I seen a lot of grays. That was the first thing I encountered was grays. What connected me was a gray. I kid you not, I'll tell you that story another time. But anyways, what wound up happening now, these started coming out and seeping into my regular life. I was so scared or nervous of it that when I was just off meditation, I would see them in my psychic mind, all in my room. I take pictures that come in, and a reflection of my pictures that started driving me crazy. I'm thinking I'm haunted by demons and all this stuff, and I had to go through a process where I used the mirror now, and at first I didn't even know the reptilian was in me and I was the reptilian until my soul, the higher self, manifested itself. And that was through a process of fear. It was a cat who was scared of. For some reason the cat was scared to death. It made me have like goosebumps going up my back. And I know it wasn't my fear. I was taking out my garbage, to keep it real. I was taking out my garbage. Then all of a sudden, like, I seen the cat walking by, and I was just got a sense of nervousness and like fear over me. And I'm like, wait a minute, it's not my fear. So I dropped the trash and I chased the cat down, and I got up to him, and I'm seeing how I feel. And then the sense went away from me. And then, like, you know, when I turn around or whatever to walk back in the house, and that's when I seen this like little gray thing or whatever. It was in the corner, squinched up, scared. And when I was like, what the fuck, it just seeped back into me. Dark thing just came back. I ran upstairs and I looked in the mirror and I said, show yourself. And my eyes flicked and turned into it. And there it was there all along. That shadow being is the same one that gives you sleep paralysis. It tries to pull on your legs. It holds your head down when you're sleeping. From you as a child, it followed you around. It was always with you. That's your soul. It's always going to be there. And it's trying to tell you how to astral project. Leave your body. That's why it scared the shit out of you. It wants you to have an out-of-body experience. And usually when it do, that's when the soul come in. The quasi-soul come in to connect you and knit you. So you will probably haunt you for years upon years till you say you had enough. And you fight it. But when you fight it this time, you're going to see you're still laying in your bed sleeping, but you're out of your body fighting it, because it's a spiritual thing. You had to develop your soul or whatever to actually come out to meet him. That's the astral project. And when you do that, he's just going to disappear out your hand, because he's going to jump right in. And now you go back in your body and the process starts. That's the quasi-soul right there. So now, once this comes in, you get the reptilian eye. Now, with the reptilian in you, or whatever the case may be, you're able to project out your eye, and that's what you use the mirror for, and the flashing of the silver. So once you're able to do this now, you could always go back and communicate with it. So in my understanding now, I wasn't ready for the astral world, or what we call the Akashic record part, because you have to pass through there to go to other places. That's mandatory. You can't avoid it. You have to pass through there in the underworld just to get up to the next level. The next level, we'll talk about that later. But once now I started finding out that I was too nervous or scared to go through this, they start showing me images of those beings that's in there, and it scared the shit out of me. I would jump. But what would happen is now, in me jumping, I would emit a fear energy or hormone that they like, and they'll come around you, and then they'll scare you. They keep doing it to fuck with you. They're not bad or whatever, it's not nothing. They're just stealing some energy from you. But your thing is to overcome that fear. You don't show fear. So I said, show me another one, and it showed me, and I'll jump again. And then I'll wait, and I said, hold up. And I took a deep breath, and I said, show me another one. And I didn't jump that much, and I didn't emit fear. And I said, show me another one, and it did. And it got to the point where it didn't emit nothing from me, and I didn't have fear. So now I was ready to go into the astral world. So now, boom. As a matter of fact, you know the motherfucker fucked with me when he did that, because he kept just showing me steady faces, like it wasn't moving, but just shape-shifting into a different one. Then when I thought I got it, he just went like that with his finger. I jumped like crazy, like it shocked the shit out of me. So there's different levels to it they could do, you know, and that's just one level. So, but that was good enough for me to travel through, because I never seen them move before. They just have a steady look, and they'll probably move a nod head. You ask them a question, they'll come down a little, or just go a little. They don't really do too much. Everything is put into you. It's like a sense of knowing. Y'all communicate through knowing, because you're going to get shit that you didn't have yourself. You didn't think of it. So anyways, so once now I was able to conquer that, overcome my fears. When I went back in, it wasn't such a bad journey when I came back out. It wasn't in my mind so much. But I was still fucked up, because I kept seeing these reptilians. Reptilians is all in the dark, like a whole bunch of them. And you have to focus, take them out your mind, and just focus on what you're doing. So for me, the lesson here about images is that if you judge something by an image, you're always going to be able to push out some type of chemicals out your endocrinology system that's going to sicken you. Plus, you're prejudging something before you experience it. Just because it ain't, like I said, look like you or whatever, or don't look human, that don't mean it's here to fuck you up. I haven't seen no police report, nothing on the news saying a devil came and bit somebody's arm off or stabbed somebody. It's another human being did it, blaming it on all types of shit. But I do see these things, You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, what the fuck? Why I always see these things? What are they here for? So I started learning what they're here for. And they're here to upgrade us. They're here to grow you. That's what the process of growth is. They're the tree fairies. They're the salamanders, you know, the elementals. So what they do, they have a job to do. Every night you go to sleep, they come and they upgrade you. They put stuff in your head and they grow you. For us, we think growth is a process over time. It's not a process over time growth. Keep this in mind. Our growth as human beings came from what's called the missing link. We see one thing and then it just migrates and then you see something totally new. So from us going from Neanderthal to Homo sapiens to Homo erectus and all that, those is the missing links. These is the peoples that could do that at any given time, upgrade you, change you, or whatever the case may be. But they grow you on a daily basis. You can interact with them through the air, the rocks, the trees. They're real. They're not nothing fake. We're just been taught pseudoscience to look at molecules, to study your own little circles in your body, like that's going to tell you anything. It's not going to teach you how to use yourself, and it's not going to teach you about the inner you and what's your purpose here. So stop looking at these sciences and these cells and these words that you didn't invent. They invented it on purpose so to make you have something to do. You don't need to know what to do more than how this works, the body. That's what it's here for. And they're here to teach you. You got to channel your ancestral self. Once you become one with your intuition, that's going to bring the spirit onto you eventually. And once the spirit get onto you, the process start of your ascension. There's nothing ever simple in life and easy. And never judge a book by its cover, meaning just because we come here and experiencing something, don't think it's because somebody else is doing it to you. You're here to learn something first. So maybe these first experiences is the first stage of now repeating the same experiences, but now you know the difference between the good and the bad in the experience. Because if I tell you do something good, how are you going to do something good if you don't know what's bad first? You have to have the bad to compare good to us. You wouldn't know what good is. So remember, any experience you experience, it has to be a bad experience for you to get a good experience. You understand? Keep that in mind and keep your life simple. University of Conscious Science. One love.